Hello, my friend. Welcome back to What's Up in Makeup. I had my script all ready. I had all my stories all laid out in order. And then this company, I'm moving that story up to the beginning. It's about Causebox. They're now called AllTrue. It's a subscription box. They're doing some shady stuff. And if you are a subscriber of AllTrue/Causebox, you need to know this information. So we're going to be talking about that. We'll also be talking about Jaclyn Cosmetics and their newest launch and the drama surrounding the launch, the people's critique of it. There always is some kind of critique, and we'll see whether you think it's valid or not. We'll also be talking about Glossier and how they are trying to get their customer base back, but not really. They're kind of abandoning their customer base and going to a different one. We'll talk about it. Hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Before we get started with What's Up in Makeup, we do have a sponsor for today's episode, and it is a brand new sponsor to the channel. Check it out. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my bathroom. As you may have noticed, I don't do a lot of skincare sponsorships because I am extremely picky about which skincare products I feel comfortable recommending to you. And honestly, a lot of the brands that reach out to me fall short. But this is not one of them. They have made it through the filters, and I'm so excited to share with you Naked and Thriving. The thing that really attracted me to Naked and Thriving was that they have a focus on research-based ingredients. Naked and Thriving uses a lot of my favorite ingredients like ceramides and ascorbic acid and green tea and sweet almond oil and rice bran extract and all of those things you hear about in skincare YouTube. Naked and Thriving has a lot of them in their skincare line. Along with that, it's very important to them to use sustainably sourced ingredients, which a lot of brands ignore. They're also vegan and cruelty-free. Naked and Thriving, which is such a great name, also takes the extra step of making sure that their production process and also how they ship the products to you is as environmentally friendly as possible. And along with that, they work with nonprofits to plant a tree for every single bottle that they sell. Of course, I would not accept this sponsorship without trying the products and really enjoying using them. They were kind enough to send over both a daytime routine and a nighttime routine. The first step in the daytime routine is to wash your face. I found that these daytime products definitely go best over clean skin. The first product that they sent me for the daytime routine is their Protect Face Serum. You want to gently pat this into the skin. I let it sit on my face for like a couple of minutes, minute or two, do some other things, get dressed, whatever, come back. And then I use this both in the daytime and nighttime. This is their firming eye cream. It's got fabulous ingredients in it. I was really excited about getting this one. And then apply the Naked and Thriving Prevent oil, and then follow that with sunscreen. One thing that I know is really important to me is I have not had any problems with this daytime routine layering under sunscreen, layering under makeup. I don't have pilling, which is really important because a lot of oils will make other products pill up and they just won't lay on the face right. Not with these products at all. So let's jump to the end of the day. At night, of course, washing the makeup off, and then I apply just a couple of times a week the Renew Face Serum. I found I like to use this maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and then after that put on the eye cream, let that set for just a minute, and then after that sets in, I use their Rejuvenate Facial Oil. I do want to mention that the oils do have unique scents. The daytime oil Prevent has a relatively strong citrusy kind of scent. It does dissipate, which is great. And then the Rejuvenate is the night oil. That one has more of like a lavender-y, very relaxing, calming scent. And of course, because this is a sponsored video, I do have a clickable link down below, and they have 2 things going on right now. The first one is if you order a bottle, then you get a free mini size added on to your order. They're also having a special Mother's Day sale right now, 15% off site-wide Pride, which is fabulous, and that is going on, I had to look at my notes, that's going on until May 8th. So thank you so much to Naked and Thriving for sponsoring this video. I appreciate you oh so very much, and I'm so excited to have discovered a new skincare brand that aligns with what I love in skincare. And with that being said, it is now time for What's Up in Makeup. All right, I'm flipping the script and I am skipping all the way to page 3, and let's talk about AllTrue / Causebox. So this was posted in my What's Up in Makeup Hunters group, and someone had said that they thought that AllTrue was closing. I'm gonna call them AllTrue, but if you know them as Causebox, same company. So they posted these court papers, and I feel a little weird posting the court papers here, but if you look at Reddit, it's posted on Reddit. You can find it there. It's basically, from what I'm reading, an alternative to bankruptcy. I went over to their website because people on Reddit were saying that you can't buy the spring box. So I went over there, I tried to go in and purchase it, and it just basically redirects you to the homepage if you try to buy anything. So I was looking around the internet trying to find more information, and I found hellosubscription.com, and they led me to the Reddit page where there were people there saying that they were employees of AllTrue and that they had let all of their employees go on April 12th with less than 24 hours notice, which sounds pretty cruddy. According to hellosubscription.com, the spring 2022 boxes that people paid for have not shipped yet, and that's why customers really need to know what's happening. If it is true that AllTrue is going out of business, I'm sure this is a logistical nightmare for them, in that they're going to have to figure out how they're going to pay people back for the boxes that they haven't gotten. With these subscription boxes, you can buy a year in advance, and let's say you signed up with the winter box and you have 3 boxes that are supposed to be coming to you, they're gonna have to pay those people back, and who knows if they are close to bankruptcy, closing down, whatever is happening, maybe they just don't have that money anymore. I went over to their Instagram yesterday in my time, so that would have been Thursday. On the most recent post, there were a bunch of comments of people asking what's going on, no responses from AllTrue. So I went in today and I noticed that all the comments were gone, that it said there were 71 comments, but it only showed like maybe 15 comments, something like that, which that's not really very nice, because a lot of these people are paying customers that just want to know what's going on with the things that they purchased. So I posted, because sometimes I get that little troublemaker voice as the devil on my shoulder. I was like, hey, deleting comments of people who want to know where their personal purchases are is just not cool. That was today that I posted that, and I checked a few hours later and it looked like my comment was still there. I was like, oh, well, maybe they aren't deleting everything. But I clicked out of my account and I clicked over my Mad Marshmallows account, and yes, they did delete my comment. Yesterday, along with reading all of the comments of people upset and doing all of the research, I did reach out to AllTrue in DM and they did not respond back. So I did try to get information from them so that I could have an official word for you as far as what's going on. They ignored me. So this is kind of a heads up if you're a subscriber. I don't know if you're going to be getting your spring box, but if you are in for more than a spring box and they don't pay you back, you may have to contact your bank. It's going to be a mess, and I'm so sorry. I really just wanted to make sure you were aware, and I hope that it all works out well for you. Moving on to Jaclyn Hill news. So she is launching a Mother's Day collection in collaboration with her mother, which I think is really sweet. She's talked in the past about how much her mother means to her. She's named lipsticks after her mom, all of that. So it's nice to see a full collection dedicated to her mom. Everything is launching on April 24th at jaclyncosmetics.com and ulta.com. It is coming to Morphe at some point. She just has stay tuned on her Instagram. So this is what's launching. There's the Luxe Legacy Eyeshadow Palette, the First Base Eyeshadow Primer, inline eyeliner pencil. This does come in 5 shades. All Set Setting Spray, the Powder Move Loose Setting Powder. It does come in 6 shades, and then 4 new shades of the Pout Spoken Liquid Lipstick with matching lip liners. I was a little confused about the eyeshadow palette. At first, I thought there might be 2 eyeshadow palettes, but it turns out there's 1 eyeshadow palette, but 2 different styles of packaging. One of them is called the Dear Mom Balm packaging, that's going to be available exclusively on the Jaclyn Cosmetics website. But of course, with any Jaclyn Cosmetics launch, there has to be some kind of controversy, something that people are upset about. When she released the video, the trailer, you could say, for the collection, people were a little confused by the images of the palette. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the first view of the palette. This is what it looks like. Later on in the video, you see this image of the palette, but people really latched onto that first image, saying that it looked dusty. The color story looked flat. And I agree, it looks dusty and flat. It does not look good. But if you look later on in the video, you do see what it looks like without all of the like light filters and things. And I feel like, as somebody that edits videos as part of my job, they were just trying to get it to look good within the context of the video. Let me just show you the whole clip right now so you can see. I remember when Laura Lee came out with the Nudie Patootie palette, and I made a video about it because Laura had sent it to me in PR, and it was confusion about what the palette actually looked like because the images were very different. I'm going to put screenshots from my video on the screen so you can see kind of what the deal was with that. And then when I did the swatches, you could see that the real palette looked somewhere in the middle between those two. So I'm curious to see when this gets in the hands of reviewers, whether it'll truly look like that second photo, the one that shows more dimension within the palette, or if it'll be somewhere between the one that had all the filters and stuff on it and the one that looks like it has dimension. I have a feeling it's going to look more like the second photo, the one that has more dimension. It was just, I don't know. I get, if you don't know the context, why people would be like, that palette is so flat and dusty. But if you see both pictures, I mean, when it comes down to it, I think the most important thing is that customers know what the palette is really going to look like when you get it. And I think she's made it clear at this point what she's representing the palette to be. I just hope that when people actually get it in the mail, that it does look like that. I feel like it probably will. But what I really like to know at this point is what you think of the new collection. What are you going to buy anything? Do you find it interesting? Does it just look like more Morphe? I mean, I feel like with the color story, I really liked the original, the white Jaclyn Hill palette. I felt like that was a superstar, and I'm looking for something like that to come from Jaclyn Cosmetics. And I don't think this is necessarily it, but maybe Jaclyn's just evolved since then. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments. This next story is why I love doing What's Up in Makeup, because I get to follow stories along as things progress. So let's go ahead and flash back to January of 2022. I reported here that Glossier had let go of a third of their employees. They talked about how they had overhired, especially in the IT department, and they were just cutting back, going a new direction. And since then, I haven't really heard a ton about Glossier. I know that they came out with big, huge, giant ads for their eyeshadow palettes that came out, but they haven't really been in the forefront, at least in my media circle. I've always seen Glossier as a millennial brand. I mean, they center everything around millennial pink. They've always targeted the millennials, but I think they're switching audiences. They're going for Gen Z. And how we know they're going for Gen Z is because they've hired Olivia Rodrigo to be the new face of their brand. Olivia has come out with a small collection of existing products, a little bundle of some of her favorites to sell. And they also said that Olivia is going to be creating her own line of products with the brand. If you're not familiar with Olivia Rodrigo, if you ever heard the song Driver's License, that's where I first learned of her, but she has a few other songs that have been popular since then. She's huge on TikTok. People use her songs all the time. Very big with the Gen Z audience. Fun fact, Driver's License reached #1 in 48 countries on Apple Music, 31 countries on Spotify, and 14 countries on YouTube. Like, that's incredible. This is a little weird for me though, considering it seems like they're going for Gen Z. Maybe I just don't get it because I, as a cusper between Gen X and Millennial, I don't get it, but I'm gonna play it for you. Let me know what you think.
The way I feel the best is when oh my God, I'm such a Pisces. Makes me feel like emotionally gratifying, glowy and shiny. Winged eyeliner is my favorite thing in the world. I always feel the best when I'm in makeup that I feel like enhances what I have naturally. You look good. You look good. I guess I'm just learning what I like and what I don't like. Just perfect, and don't let anyone try and convince you otherwise. You look good. Glossier.
Ugh, like it just sits wrong with me. But again, I am not the target audience. Maybe you are, or maybe you're more in tune with younger people than I am. It's really unappealing to me. It just kind of creeps me out. It gives me like Lolita vibes. It's just, ugh. So what I'd love to know from you is, do you think that their partnership with Olivia is going to boost the brand up? Are they going in the right direction? I'd love to know your thoughts. I said my thoughts, but I'd love to know yours. Here on What's Up in Makeup, I try to keep you apprised of dangerous cosmetics that are being sold illegally and or things that may be risky. Recently, we talked about injectable tanning products that like help your skin to tan faster that are super dangerous. This one probably isn't as dangerous, but it's definitely something that I think you need to know about if you purchase skin lightening products. This week, the FDA issued warnings to 12 different brands for violating FDA rules about the inclusion of an ingredient called hydroquinone in their products. So the question is, what is the FDA's issue with hydroquinone? And this is what they say, that they've gotten reports of side effects like skin rashes, facial swelling, and conditions such as acronosis. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. It causes a bluish black or gray blue discoloration of the skin, and if this happens, it could be permanent, and it is more likely to happen the more natural melanin you have in your skin. They do say that the risks of issues with this ingredient do increase if you use the product consecutively for over 3 months. Brands that are using hydroquinone in their products, in over-the-counter products, may be caught off guard by these letters because they may not have realized that the FDA put out a regulation that hydroquinone in any concentration can no longer be sold over the counter. It used to be 2% or less. You could sell it without a prescription, but they changed that back in September of 2020. This did become a law, strangely, as part of the CARES Act, which was supposed to be about coronavirus, like protection and safety and all of that. They kind of snuck it into the CARES Act, which is something that lawmakers in the US sometimes do so that they don't have to have a separate bill trying to be passed on just one thing that they see as maybe minor, so they just sneak it into another bill. That's what happened with this hydroquinone ban. It seems like they were giving companies a year to discover this and to change their products, and now that a year has passed, they are sending out letters. So I'm going to go ahead and put a list on the screen of the brands that have been notified that they need to be compliant with the law. And I know some people are going to say, well, hydroquinone in less than 2% really isn't that dangerous. I don't understand why the FDA is making such a big deal about it. I kind of think I might have figured out why. I went to the website of the very first brand on the list. Their product is called Intolite, and I see what's happening here. On their website, they say that this particular product is used for, quote, a safe and effective way to lighten and whiten embarrassing, darker, or discolored areas of both normally visible or intimate areas of the body. Sometimes people like to lighten their back end there. So that's a thing. And they do say that it contains 2% hydroquinone. On their website, they say, quote, all natural ingredients. Only skincare products that are made of safe, natural, and mild ingredients should be used on the skin. Skincare products that contain harsh chemicals or ingredients can seriously damage the already sensitive skin brought about by the removal of melanin, secondary to the administration of hydroquinone. So is that their way of saying that their products are all natural and won't cause any problems except for the hydroquinone, and they're just kind of throwing that in the end, hoping that customers don't understand what they're getting at. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool at all, because especially people with very deep skin tones are going to be affected even more. And like the research says, they're more likely to have that permanent skin condition happen because of hydroquinone use. I don't know if hydroquinone is all natural, but I would dare to say it probably isn't. Maybe there's a cosmetic chemist watching that can help me with that. The FDA has asked companies to respond to the FDA with prompt action within 15 days, which is not a lot. Failure to promptly correct any violations may result in legal action without further notice, including without limitation, seizure, and injunction. So they could lose their products, they could get sued. So these companies are gonna have to pull their products, and if they don't, they're gonna be in some big trouble. But as a consumer, I just wanted to let you know, in case you do choose to buy these products, this is what's happening. These are the risks. All right, enough of the top news. Let's get into the products that were released this week, starting off with the product that I bought. ColourPop and Winnie the Pooh. I saw a lot of my friends getting this in PR. I've never gotten ColourPop PR, so I was not surprised, and I don't care. I bought it. But the full collection was sold out, so I just got the palette, and I've been looking at a couple other things from ColourPop in past collections, so I got a couple of those things. I'm really excited to get it because the palette is really, really cute. And when I was in college, my best friend and I had a whole Winnie the Pooh Tigger thing going on, so it was like a friendship thing. So I'm quite attached to Winnie the Pooh because it reminds me of our friendship. Individual products are still available. They're selling them for between $10 and $18, and I think they have some smaller bundles available as well. In the collection, there's the palette, which is what I bought, Super Shock highlighters, glosses, a honey pot lip mask, and a lip scrub. I do think the lip mask and the lip scrub, though, are sold out. They might restock them, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. This is kind of fun. When was the last time you used a NYX Butter Gloss? I know for me it's been quite a while, but I may have to get this. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in Clear. It's called Sugar Glass. $5 it is on their website now. Dose of Colors released a new collection. It's called the Truffle Collection. There's a palette, a blush, 2 liquid lipsticks. It's $86. Or if you want their limited edition hoodie, it's real pricey. You can get the whole collection plus the hoodie for $210. If you just want the hoodie by itself, it's $125. Like, I know I get Stitch Fix, I'll pay, $30, $40, $50 for a shirt, but $125 for a hoodie? Like, I can see like maybe $60, maybe $75, but is that normal? Am I missing something? Base Blue Cosmetics, they've sent me PR in the past. They have such a creative team over there coming up with things. This is beautiful. This is the Flower Palette. It's a little confusing because all of the pans are the same size, but this is actually an eyeshadow and blush palette. There's 5 eyeshadows and 5 blushes in the flowers. It says that each one is 1.5 grams, so that's a pretty good size eyeshadow, but for a blush, it's relatively small. Very, very creative though, really cute, $42. Another thing, this is so weird. Like, I totally get why Danessa Myricks is doing this. Like, I get it, but it's weird. All right, this is the Blurring Balm Powder. Like, how can it be a balm and a powder at the same time? That's like saying it's a water and an oil at the same time. It just makes no sense, but I get it. Let me tell you why. It is coming April 29th. There's one universal shade that you can use to prime, blur, or set. Then there's 10 tinted shades. That's for prime, cover, blur, and set. So it looks like what you can do is you can put this on as a base for other makeup, or you can wear it alone, or you can put it on over top of foundation to set it, which is really interesting. So the way you might use a setting powder, you can use this. So I guess that's the only way they could market that part of it, is if they also called it a powder along with a balm. I don't know, very creative, very interesting. I'm curious to see reviews of this. I probably will not get this, but I really can't wait to see what other people think of it. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's $36. This is really cute too. I love Trixie Cosmetics packaging, so adorable. This is the Breakup Rebound collection. There's 2 eyeshadow palettes, lashes, lip gloss, heart-shaped compact, a sweatshirt, and a long-sleeved t-shirt. They do have a PR box available. It comes with the 2 palettes and a set of lashes. That's $95. When I went to film, everything was still available, so hopefully if you want something, it'll still be available when you head over there. This one I totally missed, but I'm rooting for Stila so hard to come back. I figured I would mention it. It was posted in our Hunters group. Came out mid-March, but this is the Stila Tequila Sunrise collection. And I love that. It's 6 brand new dual-ended eyeliners. So one side is black and then one is a really, really fine point of a color. There's also what they call 3 color cocktail travel cheek, lip, and eye palettes. The palettes are $28 each and the eyeliners are $30 each. I really hope Stila can come back. They did so many great things back in the day and I'm hoping that, you know, this collection will do well for them. Moving over to Sephora, it kind of reminded me of December when they have all the major launches, like all the major spring launches and some of the summer launches are out. So they're kind of coming out with a lot of different little sets of existing products. I didn't want to go over all of them because it's all existing products just in little bundles. So you can go to Sephora's website and sort makeup by new and find some of those if you're looking for like a Mother's Day gift or something for yourself or whatever. But the ones I did want to highlight are 2 new Sephora favorites mascara kits. So one of them is called the Mini Mascara Lashstash to Go, and then there's a clean version of that. So let's talk about the original one. They're both $28. They both come with 5 minis. So the original one, the one that's not considered clean, I guess it's dirty according to clean marketing. Lancome, Benefit, Rare Beauty, Huda Beauty, and Tarte. And then the clean version has Say, Milk, Ilia, Cali Ray, and Item Beauty. But this one's kind of cruddy. Pay attention, especially if you are in Canada. So what they want you to do is you get the little try it set of the 5 mascaras, and then you get a little voucher that you can bring into the store to trade in for a full size. But they only allow that voucher to be used inside standalone US stores. So you can't bring it to a Sephora inside JCPenney, or where else are they? Kohl's. Can't bring it to a Sephora inside Kohl's, and you can't bring it to a Canadian Sephora. Supposedly they're selling them in Canada, but you can't bring the voucher into Canadian stores and you can't use it online. So if you're in Canada, just know that. And if you are in the US, just know you have to bring it into a standalone store in order to trade in your voucher for the free full-size mascara. Then moving over to Ulta, 2 small drops from Florence by Mills and Jane Iredale. So let's talk about Florence by Mills. It's brow products. The Tin and Tame Eyebrow Pencil, $12, 5 shades. It's currently listed as new and out of stock, so it'll probably be there in the next couple days. It might even be there now as this video goes live. And then the other one is the Cloud Setter Eyebrow Styling Wax, $16. If you look really closely, the little brushy thing is the shape of a cloud. It's so cute. It's really cute. Then moving over to Jane Iredale, it's 3 new 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. There's Naturally Matte, Naturally Glam, and Solar Flare. Those are $48 each. There's also a few other single drops, one from Black Opal. I love this freaking name. Here it is, Fairy Glamova. I love it. Fairy Glamova. I had to look it up to see if it was a collab with somebody named Fairy Glamova, and there wasn't. There needs to be somebody to take that name because it is so cute. It's the High Impact Eyeshadow Palette. It's $10.95. It does look like they're all shimmers though, so just be aware that you may, if you don't like an all shimmer look, you may need to pair this with something else, but the color story is really pretty. And then I just wanted to let you know that the Wet n Wild Care Bears collection and the Makeup Revolution and Simpsons Summer of Love collections that we talked about last week and I think the week before, those are at Ulta now. All right, PR purchase product of the week. I get to tell you why I only have 2 nails painted. Because sometimes when I'm making marshmallows for Mad Marshmallows, which is my marshmallow company, I just have to wash my hands really good. I can't use gloves because the gloves stick to the marshmallows really bad. So I can't use nail polish. I just wanted to show you the swatches of the 2 Clionadh Cosmetics nail polish that come with their Dragon Fruit collection. So let me just put these up so you can see what they look like. So the one on my pinky is this one here. This is called Dragon Teeny. And then the one on my ring finger is this one called Pitaya. I took pictures of this stuff before I put it on, so I'm hoping I'll have swatches on my Instagram for you to see. If I do, I'll link them down below in the Instagram link section. I don't have these on my face today, but these are the highlighters. This one, it looks like it's for lighter skin tones, and this one for deeper skin tones, or they can be used as eyeshadows probably if you want them to be. And then the Dragon Fruit palette. Oh my gosh, the swatches on this were freaking effortless, except for one. There's one shade in here that is incredibly problematic for me personally, and it's this guy right here. It's called Bubbles, and I swear this thing made such a mess, not just when I was swatching it, but my idiot self between the swatch and putting it on my eyes, dipped in the pan too hard and got flakes all over my freaking face. It took me like an extra 15-20 minutes to get ready because I swatched too hard in this. I put it on my eyes and I just got white all down my face. It's a mess. So just be aware that this shade is very soft. It's very flaky. You want to go in with a very, very light touch on that one. But that's really the only complaint so far. On my eyes today, I have Dragantini, which is my favorite shade so far. Oh my gosh. Like, hopefully let me see if I can, okay, let's see if we can get the shift on there. Ooh, it's so pretty. So I'm wearing that shade over like most of my lid over here. And then I have this shade, which I'm gonna go into very, very lightly. I'm also wearing a little bit of this on the outer corner. And then I ended up topping the Bubbles shade with the Effervescent shade. And let me just swatch those on my hands so you can see just how freaking beautiful they are. Hopefully you can see the shifts there. They're definitely not coming off as pretty here as they do in person. I did see that ordering these may be a little bit tricky. They had a huge Instagram post explaining the launch and how it was gonna go. So hopefully if you want this, you're able to get it. I am having a lot of fun with it so far. And thank you so much to Clionadh Cosmetics for sending this over. I appreciate you oh so very much. Notable sales of the week, we have Skinstore 25% off of vitamin C products. That does end on May 2nd. And then someone else in the Hunters group told me that Sydney Grace is going to be coming out with mystery bags in May. Very excited about that. You can choose your color, either purple, green, or taupe, and then you choose either lighter skin tone or deeper skin tone. The bag is going to coordinate with whichever color you choose, and the products inside will also coordinate as well. There's gonna be 4 new eyeshadow shades, 1 blush or highlighter in each bag. I will let you know when I have more details. And finally, our artist shout out of the week. This week we are talking about Empress D19, also known as Adela Allen. I like to talk about where the person is from. I'm not 100% sure because she does have 3 flags. The first one is for the Caribbean island, Montserrat, and then she also has a British flag and an American flag. So she lives probably in one of those places. Let's go ahead and look at her first look. So this one, I love her captions. This one says, "Believe you can and you're halfway there." I love it. This one is just wow for me. She uses a lot of jewels in her looks, and the use of the pearls as accents here is just so beautiful. And I love how she uses the cut crease to create almost like this astral rainbow kind of look. I also really love the lashes that she chose for this look. Really, really beautiful. Second one, caption says, "Don't be the same, be better." And I could not agree more. I love it so much. So first, let me just say how gorgeous she looks in purple. Just beautiful. I love the sharp black wing, and I also love the smoky lower lash line. Makes her eyes look gigantic. And it also really brings out the brown in her eyes. Just so beautiful. I also love the ombre lip that she created. I'm a huge fan of ombre lips. It looks really gorgeous on her. And then for the third look, she does have a nose ring in all of her photos, but this one is especially impressive and beautiful. Really gorgeous. The caption on this one says, "Leveling up takes isolation, separation, and extreme focus. I'm ready." And I love that for her. That is so fabulous. So the cut crease is really the star of this. It is absolute perfection. And the fade that she has from the white to the royal blue is breathtaking. It's incredible. So if you would like to see more of her looks, I will link her Instagram down below. She's another one of those. Guess how many followers she has? Not enough. 3,872. Unacceptable. It is, it's just unacceptable. Like, I just feel like there's so many incredibly talented artists on Instagram, and there's so many of them that the talent just gets lost. So if you are interested in following her, again, I will link her Instagram down below for you. And that, my friend, was What's Up in Makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It really does help me out a lot. It's a free way that you can support What's Up in Makeup and the channel. It tells YouTube, hey, this is a good video. We should share it with other people. So I appreciate if you just take a second and just click. Be wonderful. Our chat today is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully you can join us. If you can, I would love to chat with you, but if you can't, it's no problem at all. It's very easy to find on the replay. If you're subscribed to the channel, it's the easiest because you just need to go to your subscription feed and it should be there. If you're not subscribed, you can also find it by going to my channel page and then you just click on my videos and then click on the video titled Live Chat. Thank you again so much for watching. If you would like to hang out a little bit longer, especially if you missed last week's episode of What's Up in Makeup, should be hanging out right over here along with one that YouTube is suggesting for you. But if you do need to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!